What is up, watch friends? Welcome to another episode of Talking Timepieces with Tony. I'm Tony, and today is Friday, and I'm wearing my Rolex Submariner. Um, Different, little bit, slightly different today, because there's just a few more things to talk about than just the Q&A, and I hope you guys stick around and watch. I'm doing the Q&A. Don't worry about it. I'm glad it's Friday. For those of you who don't know what the Q&A is, every Friday. Uh, we do the Q&A. You guys send in your questions, and I read the question and I answer the question as best as I can. So if you'd like to participate, just put your comments, ask your question in the comment section below, and then it will be featured in an upcoming Q&A. And so I'm not going to roll any intro right now. And I just want to say that, a lot of you know that I live in LA, and great start. We've had a rough week. All right, let's try this again. I apologize, you guys. I'm going to do my best to get through all this. So, and I fully believe, and I'm a firm believer that this show must go on no matter what. I just come from that type of background, and I've been in situations where, when 9/11 happened, I was on tour. We were traveling throughout the United States for 4 months, and then all over the world, whatever. And the first show happened to be on 9/11. That show was not canceled, and it was still sold out. But due to everything that happens, in the entertainment industry, you have to push through, man, because people still need entertainment when shit has gone all to hell. It's like, it's an outlet, and people need that no matter what's going on in the world. So I'm fine too. I'm in my spot. But this is how it started earlier on in the week. It was, I believe, Monday night. We get Santa Ana winds here in California, which are really strong wind gusts, and they can be devastating. They uproot trees. They turn trucks on their side. I mean, and you have to be careful. But we've never had Santa Ana as strong as this, as far as I can ever remember. We were getting wind gusts of over 100 miles an hour. Of course, my cats were super scared. To a certain extent, I was a little nervous. I thought my windows were going to blow out. And plus, I live in an area that's just, there's trees all around. So if those trees come down, then it can cause a serious amount of damage. On top of it, outside that window, I also have a large tree that would probably, if it came through, it would probably hit to where I'm about sitting right now. And I'm 2 levels up. So I was worried about that. So I was up all night on, anything can happen when winds are that strong, and I kept hearing branches break, and things hitting the ground, and then the trees kind of swaying, some of the other trees hitting the windows and the building. I did go to bed, and at 2 a.m. I heard a big crash and thud, and the apartment kind of shook a little bit, and I woke up, and I've been awake ever since then. So my main concern is really not so much myself, but it's about my cats and my friends. Me, whatever, whatever happens. But that's what I care about. I don't know if I should put this up, man. So then fires started happening, I know it's bad, if you guys watch the news, and then one of the saving grace was Jamie. The day of the fires, we spent the entire day together, and she had no power whatsoever in her house. And then, we just spent the day together, and then we went out to dinner, and then I crashed over at her place because, I'm concerned about her as well. I mean, and then a lot of my other friends who have lost everything. Okay. So, and I apologize, you guys. I'm just trying to not make it a heavy situation when we really have fun doing this Q&A. But I just want to say thank you to you guys, everyone who reached out, offering help, assistance, a place to crash if necessary. It means the fucking world to me. because in the grand scheme of things, it's not so much me that I'm worried about. It's just everyone else, man. I don't care about myself. I don't care about my fucking watches. None of that matters. I've lost everything before, and you know what? It's just stuff. You know what I mean? It's not anything I care about. So, that being said, I appreciate every one of you. I hope you guys are still watching to the Q&A. Everyone who liked, subscribes, and all that stuff. So let's try to make this light and entertaining, and we'll get started. All right. So the first question comes from WayoMims5733. Hey Tony, appreciate the channel and look forward to Q&A Fridays for a long commute after work in Mexico. Awesome, man. Thank you. Question: I have always avoided gold due to the attention grabbing and flag waving that screams rob me, as you say. I do like the two-tone, but bluesy yellow gold seems too flashy and black dial seems overkill. Would you rather just get regular no date but to scratch the itch of having some gold? What's your opinion on the Yachtmaster 40 or the Omega Bronze Gold Heritage 300 to go a little more with a little more discreet, or would you look elsewhere? Keep up the dynamics in the channel. And I'm trying to, man. Thank you so much. Well, I think that the Yachtmaster 40 is probably your best bet because it is very understated in a sense for Rolex being a gold case and with a black bezel, black dial. And you're looking at the Oyster Flex strap, right? Is that the one? The Omega Bronze Gold Heritage 300, I have seen that watch. I think the bronze gold looks nice. I can't quite make out that the metals of what percentage of bronze and what percentage of gold makes it what it is and what the value or what it's worth. And so I would definitely, give it a shout out to yourself and go down to and I say give it a shout out to yourself. Go down to the AD, try them on, and think. You live in Mexico. I don't. Well, I live in, anyway, that's, we have a big Hispanic community here in Los Angeles. And, what you think would work and what would be safe for you. You know what I mean? So I wish you the best of luck and let me know how it goes. The next question comes from Tom-R6U5T. Do you have any experience with the Glasuta original? And if so, what is your opinion on them? Yes. The Pano Lunar is one that's been on my radar for quite some time, and I have tried it on, and I think Glasuta make phenomenal watches. I believe that, I don't want to say they're on par with a Langenzoon, but, the quality is absolutely what you get for what it costs is absolute value for money, because they could charge quite a bit more for those watches. And the decorations they do on those movements when you turn them over, it's mind-boggling that they're only charging what they charge for those watches. So yes, I recommend them. JB-HW9 IF. I can't recall if you still have the brown Santos. I really like the medium Santos, brown and green dials. It's easy to lose enthusiasm during the Rolex waitlist process. Currently waiting for the OP36 green. From your experience of both models, what advice might you offer? And specifically, which do you feel is the more special watch? Also, I've been looking at the Ferrer Milan green dial black leather. It looks killer. What do you think? Cheers. So you got two questions there, man. As far as the brown dial Santos, I think it's an amazing watch, and I think the Santos in general is amazing. I think there's a problem with the fact with Cartier in general, although it's one of my favorite brands, is their sizing. They can't get their sizing right with a tank. They'll call it a large and it's tiny. Then you go into a tank XL and it's big, but then the large is kind of still small. The Santos medium is a little too small for me on a 36 millimeter wrist, and then the 39 or 40 whatever millimeter it's just feels a little too big, but it's a beautiful watch. I don't have it anymore, but the 36 millimeter OP in green is, I think, that's a watch that's not easy to get. It's a watch you can wear every day. whatever you're doing, it's more, it's more versatile than the Santos. Santos is pretty blingy, especially when you have it on the bracelet. It's a little bit less when you put it on the strap. So it's up to you to make that decision, man, what you like and what you want. As far as the Ferrer watch or whatever that is, I've heard of them. I don't know anything about them. Probably wouldn't ever look at them. It's me. Yeah. But thanks for your question, dude. Next question comes from Ash Srinivas. Hey Tony, I hope your back is doing well this week, dude. Thanks, man. My back. I just went to the orthopedic surgeon yesterday, so we're gonna try some new things, I guess, and another epidural on that. So it'll be like my 6th or 7th one at that point. But I appreciate it, man. My AD was awesome and got me a green sub in December, and then their store suddenly stopped selling Rolex as of January 1st, 25. After the announcement, my AD said it was because Bucherer will be opening a new store in Bellevue, Seattle. My AD will still sell JLC, Oris, etc., and I'll still go there for that, but there are no other family-owned Rolex ADs. Do you think I should build a relationship with Bucherer, Bucherer to know, or the Ben Bridge store, or is it really just a matter of all stores as long as I'm cool and not rude? That's a shame that your AD is closed down. So Rolex pulled the tab on them, and so and then you're saying Ben Bridge versus Bucherer. You have to go into Ben Bridge and talk to a sales rep, not try to go in there for just whatever it is. Grab his card. If he's a really nice guy and you feel like he's going to treat you well, grab his card. Don't get on any list yet. Because if you're looking to buy multiple Rolex down the road, you're going to want to shop at one place. As far as I'm concerned, I think that's the best way to do it instead of multiple ADs. Go into Bucherer with the same attitude and concept, talk to a rep there, ask them how long have they been with the company. They're going to ask you questions, but you want to engage in a conversation, right? And for whatever one that feels more comfortable, ask them, how long do you think it would take to be allocated whatever watch you're looking for? Now, if you're asking for a Daytona, you're not going to get it, dude. But if you're asking for, say, a Submariner or an OP or a Datejust, they might even have it. They might even have it in stock for you. Probably like not so much for a sub. Feel them out, man, and make that decision. All right. I wish you the best of luck. Next one comes from Time Bomb. Hey Tony, what are your thoughts on H. Moser and C? I think they make very unique watches in the quiet luxury style. I've been considering a Pioneer model from them as a next watch and wonder if you've ever tried anything from them before. Thanks for your question, man. I have not tried them on. I've seen them, and I know an AD that I know just acquired the dealership for, Moser. She sent me a text message sending a bunch of their models and whatever, and I look at them, and they're expensive, but I think they're a great independent brand, and they do some cool stuff, like the watch that's made out of cheese. They got a watch that's made like an Apple Watch and whatever, and they do some fun things. They got a good sense of humor. I think most of their watches are a little too big for me, but I appreciate what they do. And I love their dress watches. So yeah, and they do have a name for themselves, so yeah, I would check them out. Like I say, I've not ever tried one on, so I don't know, but I'm not into like 42 millimeter dress watches, you know what I mean? So and I'm sure they probably have something smaller, but that's my recommendation, man, and I wish you the best on that, dude. David Parrish Productions. David, dude, hey, what's up, dude? You even make root canals cool. Yeah, I got that root canal right. That wasn't pleasant, but it wasn't, it's what it is. What is the most risky thing you've ever done with a watch on? Tennis, surf, travel to risky location? Thanks, dude. All right, so let's just say a luxury watch, risky to me. Yeah, I probably think the most risky thing I've ever done is walking into a Rolex AD with a Rolex on and walking out the AD with a bag with a Rolex on in it. You know what I mean? Walking to the car, it's a scary proposition when, crime was really high and people were casing the stores and watching for people to come out, things like that, there's nothing as far as just daily life. I wear my Rolex whenever I want, you know what I mean? And for the most part, I'm cool, but I'm safe with what I do. And But I think, if you're spending money on a Rolex in an AD, and your car is parked the other side of the mall or something, and you're walking, granted, they put the green Rolex bag in a paper bag, so it's a little bit safer, but that's risky, and then you're walking through a parking garage and you're hoping that no one's, I'm pretty observant, you know what I mean? I'm aware of my surroundings. So that's probably it, man. Um, you know, yeah, I think. Because if I'm doing something that's like risky or something, I wouldn't wear the Rolex. Maybe maybe I'd wear a Swatch or something. But yeah. Thanks, David. I always appreciate it, man. Gino816, what are your thoughts about the new Longines Ultra Chron Carbon? Do you think they are headed in the right directions with watches lately? I'm not familiar with that specific one. Um, but I'm impressed with Longines in general, and I think they are going in the right direction. Just in general, I think some of their stuff's pretty stagnant. I think they need to cut down their catalog a bit, maybe, but they've got some really nice watches, man. And so I'm gonna check it out though. And I'm sorry I'm not don't know anything about that watch. Um, what I would have done was like probably just looked it up real quick and see what it looks aesthetically wise. Like when we're done with this, what I'll do, because any of these watches, then I'll go online and search for them to snap a picture of it to put it up, so I have a picture of it. That all comes after the fact when I do these videos. Thanks for your question, man. Mike Lewis 2456. Hi Tony, I like your Zenith Pilot. Great everyday watch, legible and similar looking to the Aquanaut. That's true. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Tony, been looking at the Benzinger Gap 1 Special Edition pre-owned. Any thoughts on Benzinger? Yeah, they are a watch enthusiast's watch. They're under the radar of just about everyone, and I think that the only place you can even get them is at, who sells Zin watch. The only the only place in North America you can get Zin watches is one place as far as authorized, and I'm trying to think of the name of the company, but they sell Benzinger as well, and I believe they're the only ones as well. They're nice watches, man. They're like, and I don't know too much about them. They're, I wouldn't spend that much money on a watch that I don't know that well, because I don't know so much about the history or the heritage of the brand so much. I'd have to really look into it a little bit deeper, but I have seen them and they are nice looking. So, best of luck on that, dude. I would spend my, I'm sorry, Paco's doing something. I would spend my money on something else, but I appreciate it, dude. Thanks. This next one comes from Bataya. Thoughts on the Elvis Ventura watch? So funny you say that, man. I like the Ventura watch, man. When it came out and Men in Black and all that, it's so funny because Jamie, she was showed me a picture of a friend of hers that was wearing a Ventura watch. She goes, "What do you think of this watch?" And I was like, "It's a Ventura Hamilton. It's a cool watch. Elvis used to wear that watch. You know what I mean? So it's nice." And the first time I ever really became aware of it was with Men in Black, of course. So yeah, great watch, man. I don't like some of their bigger ones that are automatic. I almost prefer the quartz models that are a little smaller. So thanks for your question. Appreciate it. If you buy a watch from the gray market, assuming it has a warranty card and is still in warranty period, will the manufacturer cover the watch? I don't know, man. It depends if the watch, if the warranty is transferable or not. You know what I mean? So let me back that up a minute. Let me really read this. I'm sorry. If you buy a watch from gray market, assuming it has a warranty card and is still under warranty period, will the manufacturer cover the watch? Okay, so that really actually depends, because if you buy a watch from like Joma Shop, it's not. They have their own warranty and they're going to kick their warranty in, and I would not recommend buying anything luxury from something like that. Gray market, as far as some of these other places, I'm not going to mention any names. It just depends on what their warranty is, and if they choose not to give you the card or the warranty and it could be Rolex. Rolex never used to be transferable because the warranty card had your name on it. Now the warranty cards don't have your name on it, so if there's 3 years left on the warranty, it should transition over because it's the warranty card. When they buy a watch, they don't re-register the watch with the card, so that should be fine. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much for listening to me. I'm sorry about earlier for not being 100% there. I do want to create better content for you, and you guys mean the world to me, and I fucking sincerely mean that.